Welcome to Buddhist Mindfulness. Imagine starting each day with clarity, peace, and a deep sense of purpose. Yet for many of us, mornings are overshadowed by a single thought, a thought that shapes the entire day and could quietly be holding us back from the life we deserve. What if you could break free from this cycle? Join us as we explore profound truths, share uplifting stories, and provide practical tools to transform not just your mornings, but your entire life. Number 1, the illusion of guarantees. Let's start with a hard truth. Life offers no guarantees. Whether we are in perfect health or not, life and death coexist every moment. Yet we often live as if tomorrow is promised. This false sense of security fosters a mindset of fear and uncertainty. Consider this. Every day we make plans for the future, assuming things will go as expected. We invest time and energy into careers, relationships, and dreams, convinced that the outcomes are within our control. But how often do these plans encounter unexpected detours? The illusion of guarantees blinds us to the impermanence of life, leaving us vulnerable when things don't unfold as we had hoped. Take the example of a successful entrepreneur. They've achieved so much, yet their path is littered with failures. Why? Because success isn't a straight road. It's a winding path where failure is an integral stepping stone. Each failure teaches valuable lessons, refines strategies, and builds resilience. Accepting this duality helps us approach life with a more balanced perspective. This principle isn't limited to entrepreneurs. Think about relationships. Many believe that love, once found, will last forever. Yet relationships require effort, adaptability, and mutual growth. The guarantee of perpetual happiness is a myth, and when challenges arise, they often come as a shock. Understanding that relationships, like life, are dynamic and ever-changing can help us navigate them with grace and understanding. Reflection. Fear often holds us back, confining us to our comfort zones. But what lies outside that zone is the vast, unexplored potential of life. Are you ready to step out? Imagine someone who dreams of traveling the world but is paralyzed by the fear of the unknown. They imagine all the things that could go wrong: missed flights, language barriers, or unexpected expenses. This fear keeps them rooted in familiarity, robbing them of the rich experiences awaiting them. But when they finally muster the courage to step beyond their comfort zone, they discover not only the beauty of distant lands, but also the depth of their own capabilities. Similarly, consider a person stuck in a job they dislike. The comfort of a steady paycheck and the fear of starting over hold them back. Yet those who dare to take the leap often find careers that align with their passions and values. The initial uncertainty is a small price to pay for a life filled with purpose and satisfaction. Why then do we cling so tightly to the illusion of guarantees? Part of the answer lies in our societal conditioning. From a young age, we are taught to value stability and predictability. The secure job, the safe choice, and the predictable future are often held up as ideals. While there is nothing inherently wrong with seeking security, an overemphasis on it can stifle growth and innovation. Nature itself offers profound lessons in embracing uncertainty. Consider the life of a tree. It doesn't know if the sun will shine tomorrow or if a storm will uproot it. Yet, it continues to grow, adapting to its environment and reaching for the sky. The tree's resilience isn't rooted in guarantees, but in its ability to thrive despite the lack of them. We too can cultivate this resilience by embracing life's inherent unpredictability. This mindset shift requires practice and patience. One way to begin is by reframing failure. Instead of viewing setbacks as the end of the road, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. Failure, after all, is often the universe's way of redirecting us toward a better path. Each obstacle we overcome strengthens our ability to face the next challenge. Another strategy is to cultivate gratitude. When we focus on the present moment and appreciate what we have, the need for guarantees diminishes. Gratitude grounds us, reminding us that life's beauty lies in its fleeting moments. Whether it's a sunset, a heartfelt conversation, or a simple act of kindness, these experiences are precious, precisely because they are impermanent. Mindfulness practices can also help. By anchoring ourselves in the present, we learn to let go of the constant need for control. Meditation, deep breathing, and mindful observation are tools that bring us closer to accepting life as it is, rather than as we wish it to be. Let's revisit the entrepreneur. Their journey, though fraught with risks and failures, is also filled with moments of triumph and discovery. Each setback, instead of being a roadblock, becomes a stepping stone. This mindset of resilience and adaptability is what separates those who merely dream from those who achieve. The same principle applies to personal relationships. When we accept that there are no guarantees in love, we approach it with greater authenticity and effort. We cherish the good times and navigate the challenges with patience and understanding. This perspective fosters deeper connections and more meaningful bonds. Ultimately, the illusion of guarantees is just that, an illusion. Life is a series of unpredictable events, each offering its own lessons and opportunities. By letting go of the need for certainty, we open ourselves to the fullness of life. We learn to embrace both the joys and the sorrows, the successes and the failures, knowing that each moment is a gift. Reflection. What would your life look like if you let go of the need for guarantees? How much more could you achieve, experience, and enjoy if you embraced uncertainty? The answers lie not in the safety of the familiar, but in the courage to explore the unknown. So take a moment to reflect. What are you holding on to out of fear? What dreams have you postponed because the path seems uncertain? The time to act is now, not tomorrow, because the only guarantee in life is this moment, here and now. Number 2, breaking free from fear. Fear, though natural, restricts our ability to grow. Imagine living your entire life within a small box. That's your comfort zone, familiar but limiting. To expand your horizons, you must embrace the discomfort of the unknown. Fear, if left unchecked, creates boundaries that confine our potential. But when faced and overcome, it can become a catalyst for unparalleled growth and transformation. Fear isn't inherently bad. It's a survival mechanism hardwired into our biology to protect us from danger. However, in the modern world, where threats are often psychological rather than physical, fear can become a barrier rather than a safeguard. Fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown can paralyze us, keeping us from pursuing opportunities or realizing our potential. Take, for example, a professional setting where fear of public speaking hinders career advancement. The root of this fear isn't the act of speaking itself, but the perceived judgment and criticism from others. Understanding this distinction is the first step toward overcoming fear. Once you identify the true source, it becomes easier to tackle. In Shaolin Kung Fu, practitioners learn to endure pain, whether through push-ups, sparring, or rigorous training routines. These practices serve as metaphors for life. The 51st push-up, when you thought you could only do 50, represents the moment of breaking through limitations. Each step beyond what you believe you can achieve builds resilience and inner strength. One story stands out. A young Shaolin monk hesitated to spar with a more skilled partner. Fear of defeat and injury held him back. His master noticed and encouraged him to step into the challenge, reminding him that fear wasn't his opponent. It was a reflection of his own insecurities. Reluctantly, the monk faced his fears. Over time, he realized that the opponent wasn't the enemy. His fear was. Each sparring session not only improved his martial skills, but also transformed his mindset. The fear that once paralyzed him became the fuel for his growth, both physically and mentally. Overcoming fear doesn't require grand gestures or dramatic leaps. It's about small, consistent steps. Each small victory builds confidence, creating a positive feedback loop. For example, if you fear public speaking, start by practicing in front of a mirror. Progress to speaking in front of a close friend or family member before tackling larger audiences. These incremental steps desensitize you to the fear, making it manageable. Growth lies on the other side of discomfort. The unknown often feels daunting because it's unfamiliar, but it's in this unfamiliar territory that we discover our true potential. Think of discomfort as a signpost, pointing you toward areas where growth is possible. When you embrace discomfort, you're essentially training your mind to adapt and thrive in challenging situations. For instance, athletes often push their bodies to the limit to build endurance and strength. Similarly, entrepreneurs take calculated risks to innovate and grow their businesses. Both scenarios involve stepping into the unknown and embracing discomfort as a necessary part of the journey. Practical strategies to break free from fear. 1. Identify your fears. Write down what scares you the most. Is it failure, rejection, or the unknown? Naming your fears gives them less power. 2. Reframe your mindset. Instead of viewing fear as a barrier, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. 3. Take incremental steps. Start small. If you fear networking, attend a local event with a friend. Gradually build up to larger gatherings. 4. Visualize success. Imagine yourself succeeding in the situation you fear. Visualization can help rewire your brain to approach fear with confidence. 5. Seek support. Surround yourself with people who encourage and inspire you. Sharing your fears can make them feel less overwhelming. 6. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and reward yourself for every step you take outside your comfort zone. This reinforces positive behavior. 7. Practice mindfulness. Techniques like meditation can help you stay present and reduce the grip of fear on your thoughts. Neuroscience reveals that fear is processed in the amygdala, a part of the brain responsible for emotional responses. When you confront fear, your brain rewires itself through a process called neuroplasticity. Repeated exposure to fear-inducing situations, combined with positive outcomes, weakens the fear response over time. This scientific understanding reinforces the importance of consistent practice in overcoming fear. Fear doesn't have to be an enemy. It can be a powerful teacher, revealing areas where we need to grow. When you view fear as a guide rather than a foe, it becomes a source of strength. Each fear you overcome adds to your resilience, equipping you to face future challenges with greater confidence. Consider famous figures who turned fear into fuel for success. Oprah Winfrey faced rejection and criticism early in her career, but used those experiences to build a media empire. Similarly, Elon Musk has often spoken about the fears and uncertainties involved in his ventures, from Tesla to SpaceX. These individuals didn't let fear hold them back. They used it as motivation to achieve greatness. Breaking free from fear is a journey, not a destination. It's about continually challenging yourself and expanding your comfort zone. The more you push, the more you grow. Remember, every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory worth celebrating. Fear, though natural, is not insurmountable. By understanding its origins, taking small steps, and embracing discomfort, you can transform fear into a powerful ally. Like the young Shaolin monk, you'll discover that the true battle isn't with external challenges, but within yourself. Each time you break free from fear, you unlock new levels of potential, and strength. So, step out of the box, embrace the unknown, and watch yourself grow beyond what you ever thought possible. Number 3, rethinking self-perception. How do you see yourself? Many of us define ourselves superficially by appearance, possessions, or achievements. These external markers are easy to measure but fail to capture the depth of who we truly are. Beneath these layers lies a more profound truth about our identity and potential. The challenge is to look past the surface and see ourselves in a new light. From a young age, society conditions us to value certain attributes: beauty, wealth, and success. Social media amplifies this tendency by encouraging comparison. We see curated snapshots of other people's lives and measure our worth against them. This distorted lens fosters insecurity and self-doubt. But is this superficial view all there is? Consider this. Would you define a tree solely by its visible leaves and branches, ignoring its deep and sturdy roots? Just as a tree's essence lies in its roots, our essence lies beneath the surface. In martial arts, practitioners learn to look beyond the physical. At first glance, martial arts may seem like a test of strength, agility, or technique. However, true mastery involves understanding the unseen forces that govern movement: the flow of energy, the balance of mind and body, and the connection between intention and action. A martial artist's journey often mirrors our personal quest for self-perception. Beginners focus on the external, perfecting a punch or kick. Over time, they discover that true power comes from within. Beneath the skin lies a complex system of muscles, tendons, and energy flows that work in harmony. Similarly, beneath our external identities lies an infinite well of potential, waiting to be tapped. How we see ourselves directly influences how we live. If you view yourself as limited, you'll live a limited life. A fixed mindset traps you in the status quo, stifling growth and opportunity. On the other hand, if you see yourself as a work in progress, the possibilities become endless. You'll approach challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than threats to your ego. A beginner in martial arts once lamented their lack of skill, feeling defeated before even starting. Their master, noticing their despair, handed them a mirror. "What do you see?" the master asked. The student replied, "I see someone who isn't strong, fast, or skilled." The master smiled and said, "You see only the surface. Look deeper, and you'll find the warrior within." Intrigued but skeptical, the student committed to training. As weeks turned into months, they began to uncover hidden strengths. Their punches became sharper, their movements more fluid, but more importantly, they grew in confidence and resilience. The transformation wasn't just physical, it was mental and emotional. They no longer saw themselves as a beginner, but as a warrior in progress. This story illustrates a powerful truth. Our perception shapes our reality. By shifting our focus from what we lack to what we can become, we unlock a reservoir of potential. Practical steps to rethink self-perception. 1. Challenge negative self-talk. Pay attention to the inner dialogue that shapes your self-perception. Replace statements like "I can't" or "I'm not good enough" with affirmations of growth, such as "I'm learning" or "I'm improving." 2. Focus on your strengths. Identify qualities that make you unique. Are you compassionate, resourceful, or creative? Celebrate these traits and build on them. 3. Embrace failure as feedback. Shift your perspective on failure. Instead of seeing it as a sign of inadequacy, view it as a stepping stone to success. Every mistake offers valuable lessons. 4. Surround yourself with supportive people. The people you spend time with significantly impact your self-perception. Seek out those who uplift and encourage you, and distance yourself from those who bring negativity. 5. Reflect and journal. Take time to reflect on your journey. Journaling can help you identify patterns in your thinking and track your growth over time. Writing down your thoughts allows you to see yourself more clearly. 6. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you connect with your true self. Through meditation or mindful breathing, you can quiet the noise of external influences and focus on your inner being. A strong sense of purpose can reshape how you see yourself. Purpose provides a guiding star that transcends superficial definitions. When you focus on contributing to something greater than yourself, you'll naturally align with your deeper values and strengths. This alignment fosters a positive self-perception. Consider someone who volunteers at a local shelter. Their purpose shifts their focus from external markers of success to the impact they're making. This shift not only enhances their self-worth, but also brings fulfillment. Rethinking self-perception isn't a one-time event, it's a continuous journey. Like a martial artist honing their craft, we must consistently practice self-awareness, challenge limiting beliefs, and embrace growth. Each step, no matter how small, brings us closer to our true selves. In conclusion, how we see ourselves determines how we experience life. By looking beyond the superficial and recognizing the warrior within, we can live more authentically and reach our fullest potential. Remember, you are more than your appearance, possessions, or achievements. You are a work in progress, capable of extraordinary growth. The question isn't who you are today, but who you're becoming. Start rethinking your self-perception and watch as your world transforms. Number 4, the power of the mind. Your first thought upon waking shapes your day. If you wake up with a sense of lack, I need more success, more money, more recognition, you're starting from a place of insufficiency. But what if you shifted that thought to gratitude or purpose? This small mental adjustment could transform your entire outlook and ultimately your life. Your subconscious mind is most impressionable in the moments just after waking. Neuroscientists have discovered that the brain operates in a state of heightened receptivity, often called the alpha state, during this time. This is when your thoughts can significantly influence your mood, actions, and overall mental framework for the day. If your initial thoughts are negative or focused on lack, it sets a tone of dissatisfaction. On the other hand, a focus on gratitude and purpose helps cultivate positivity, resilience, and motivation. Imagine a pond. When you throw a stone into it, ripples spread outward. Your first thought of the day is that stone. Starting with a thought of gratitude or purpose generates ripples of positivity that influence every interaction and decision throughout your day. Research shows that people who practice gratitude regularly experience improved mental health, stronger relationships, and better decision-making skills. Consider the story of a struggling artist. For years, they began each day with complaints. Why haven't I achieved more? Why isn't anyone recognizing my work? These thoughts became a self-fulfilling prophecy, perpetuating feelings of inadequacy and creative block. One day, a mentor suggested a simple change. Start each morning by listing 3 things they were grateful for: their creativity, their passion for art, and their ability to share their vision with the world. Initially skeptical, the artist gave it a try. Over time, this small shift rewired their mindset. Gratitude replaced negativity, and a sense of abundance took root. This change opened the door to greater inspiration and productivity. They began creating from a place of joy rather than frustration, and success followed naturally. Their work started receiving recognition, not because of external changes, but because their internal perspective had shifted. Actionable tips for harnessing the power of the mind. 1. Morning affirmations. Begin each day with a positive affirmation. Instead of focusing on what you lack, affirm what you're grateful for. For instance, say, "I am grateful for my strengths and excited about the opportunities today will bring." 2. Gratitude journal. Keep a journal by your bedside. Each morning, jot down 3 things you're thankful for. They can be as simple as a good night's sleep or as profound as having supportive loved ones. 3. Visualization. Spend a few minutes visualizing your goals as if you've already achieved them. Imagine how it feels to succeed and let that emotion guide your day. 4. Mindful breathing. Incorporate deep breathing into your morning routine. Focus on your breath as you set an intention for the day. This practice calms the mind and prepares you to approach challenges with clarity. 5. Limit negative inputs. Avoid checking your phone or social media immediately upon waking. Instead, dedicate the first moments of your day to nurturing your mental and emotional well-being. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good concept. It's a scientifically proven tool for improving mental health. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude activates the brain's reward center, releasing dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals responsible for happiness. It also reduces stress and promotes a more optimistic outlook, making it easier to tackle life's challenges. While gratitude sets the foundation, having a sense of purpose propels you forward. Purpose gives you a reason to overcome obstacles and persist in the face of difficulties. It's the why behind your actions, and starting your day by reconnecting with your purpose can be incredibly motivating. For example, if you're an educator, remind yourself that you're shaping the future. If you're an entrepreneur, focus on the impact your product or service will have on others' lives. Establishing a morning mindset routine requires consistency. According to research on habit formation, it takes about 21 days of repeated action to form a new habit. By consciously choosing positive thoughts each morning for 3 weeks, you'll train your brain to adopt this as a default mode. Adopting a new mindset isn't always easy. You might feel resistant or skeptical, especially if negativity has become a habit. Here's how to overcome that. Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to overhaul your entire morning routine at once. Begin with one practice like affirmations or a gratitude journal. Be patient. Change takes time. Celebrate small victories and don't be discouraged by occasional setbacks. Seek support. Share your journey with a friend or mentor who can encourage you and hold you accountable. When you harness the power of your mind, the benefits extend beyond your personal life. Your improved mood and focus can positively influence your work, relationships, and even the people around you. Positivity is contagious. By cultivating it within yourself, you're contributing to a more optimistic and supportive environment for others. Your mind is your most powerful tool. By starting each day with gratitude and purpose, you're not only shaping your day, but also your destiny. Remember, you have the ability to choose your thoughts. Choose ones that uplift and empower you. As the saying goes, change your thoughts and you change your world. Try it for a week. Commit to beginning each day with a single positive thought or practice. Reflect on how it changes your mood, actions, and outcomes. The power of your mind is immense. Use it wisely and watch your life transform. Number 5, the illusion of lack. Why do we chase success, wealth, or recognition? Often it's because we believe something is missing. But what if we've been complete from the beginning? In Buddhist philosophy, the idea of inherent completeness is central. We're born whole, yet societal pressures convince us otherwise. The endless chase for external validation blinds us to our inner richness. Reflection. Think of a child. They don't question their worth. They exist fully in the moment. Reconnecting with that state can transform how we live. Modern society perpetuates the illusion of lack through various means. Advertising tells us we're incomplete without the latest product. Social media inundates us with images of others who appear more successful, beautiful, or fulfilled. This external noise reinforces the belief that we are inadequate, prompting us to seek fulfillment outside ourselves. However, this pursuit often leads to dissatisfaction, as external achievements rarely provide lasting happiness. The illusion of lack thrives on comparison. When we compare ourselves to others, we measure our worth based on arbitrary standards. This constant evaluation distances us from our innate sense of self. The more we seek validation through material possessions, accolades, or social status, the more we lose touch with the truth. We are enough, just as we are. Inherent completeness does not mean stagnation. It's not about rejecting growth or ambition. Instead, it's about shifting the foundation from which we pursue these goals. When we act from a place of wholeness, our efforts are rooted in joy and creativity, not fear or inadequacy. This perspective allows us to appreciate the journey rather than obsess over the destination. Consider the concept of contentment in Stoicism. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca emphasized finding peace within. They argued that external circumstances are beyond our control, and true fulfillment arises from mastering our inner world. This idea aligns closely with the Buddhist notion of inherent completeness. Both philosophies encourage us to detach from the illusion of lack and recognize the abundance already present in our lives. Reconnecting with our inherent completeness often requires unlearning societal conditioning. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, and self-reflection can help us strip away layers of false beliefs. By turning inward, we can uncover the truth that has always been there. We are whole, and nothing external can add or subtract from our worth. Imagine a life free from the illusion of lack. Without the constant need to prove ourselves, we can direct our energy toward what truly matters. Relationships deepen when they're not burdened by unrealistic expectations. Creativity flourishes when it's not constrained by the fear of failure. Even mundane tasks take on new meaning when approached with a sense of completeness. Reflecting on childhood can be a powerful way to reconnect with this state. As children, we lived in the present, unburdened by self-doubt or the need for validation. A child's laughter, curiosity, and wonder come from a place of wholeness. While we can't return to childhood, we can cultivate the same sense of presence and self-acceptance. Practical steps to dismantle the illusion of lack include: 1. Gratitude practice. Regularly acknowledging what we have shifts focus from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude helps us see the richness in our lives, no matter our external circumstances. 2. Mindfulness. By staying present, we can observe our thoughts without judgment. This awareness helps us identify and challenge beliefs rooted in lack. 3. Detox from comparison. Limiting exposure to social media or other triggers can reduce feelings of inadequacy. Focus on your own journey rather than measuring yourself against others. 4. Self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Recognize that you are human, inherently valuable, and deserving of love. 5. Meditation. Meditation can quiet the mind and reveal the inherent peace within. It's a practice that helps us connect with our true selves beyond societal conditioning. Embracing our inherent completeness doesn't mean ignoring challenges or hardships. Life will always have its ups and downs. However, recognizing our wholeness provides a stable foundation to navigate these fluctuations. It reminds us that our worth is not determined by success or failure, but by the simple fact of our existence. Ultimately, the illusion of lack is just that, an illusion. When we see through it, we discover a deeper truth. Everything we've been searching for already exists within us. This realization can liberate us from the endless chase and allow us to live with greater peace, purpose, and joy. Mornings are the gateway to the day ahead. The way you start each day not only shapes your immediate mood, but also sets the tone for your actions, decisions, and overall life perspective. Crafting a purposeful morning routine can revolutionize your life, enabling you to approach each moment with clarity, strength, and peace. Let's delve deeper into how this transformative journey begins. Life is inherently unpredictable. While we often cling to plans and expectations, the reality is that nothing is guaranteed. This truth can either be a source of anxiety or a wellspring of hope. When we acknowledge the present moment, accepting it as it is, we unlock its infinite possibilities. Instead of lamenting over the past or worrying about the future, we embrace the here and now, fully experiencing the richness of life. Think about it. Each morning is a clean slate. It's a chance to start anew, regardless of yesterday's triumphs or setbacks. When you wake up tomorrow, take a moment to simply breathe. Feel the air fill your lungs and remind yourself, this is my moment. This acknowledgement of the present sets the foundation for a more meaningful day. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It thrives in the space where challenges meet persistence. Discomfort can take many forms: waking up earlier than usual, trying something new, or confronting fears you've long avoided. But in those moments of unease lies the opportunity for transformation. Consider incorporating a small but challenging task into your morning routine. Maybe it's a few minutes of meditation, journaling, or a brisk walk outside, even on cold mornings. Over time, these small acts of discipline will build resilience and a stronger sense of self. Remember, the person you aspire to be is forged in the fires of discomfort. Too often, we define ourselves by our roles, employee, parent, friend, or by our achievements and possessions. Yet, who you are runs much deeper than external labels. Your true essence is rooted in your values, passions, and the impact you have on others. Mornings offer a golden opportunity to reconnect with your core identity. Begin by asking yourself, who am I beyond my titles? Use this time to reflect on your dreams and strengths. Whether it's through affirmations, visualization, or creative pursuits, redefine yourself daily. Your potential is limitless, but you must first believe in it. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to negativity. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you cultivate a mindset of abundance. This shift doesn't just improve your mood, it rewires your brain to notice and appreciate the positives in your life. Create a morning gratitude ritual. Write down 3 things you're grateful for as soon as you wake up. They don't have to be grand gestures. Sometimes it's the simplest things that bring the most joy: the warmth of your bed, the chirping of birds outside, or the first sip of coffee. This practice will remind you of life's blessings and help you approach the day with a lighter heart. Mindfulness is the art of being fully present. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of tasks and distractions, but when you pause to truly experience the moment, life feels richer and more fulfilling. Incorporate mindfulness into your mornings by slowing down. Instead of rushing through your routine, savor it. Feel the sensation of water on your skin as you shower, taste each bite of your breakfast, and notice the world around you as you step outside. When you live mindfully, you'll find that even the simplest activities become moments of joy. There once was a man who spent decades chasing success. He worked tirelessly, always believing that happiness lay just beyond the next achievement. Yet, no matter how much he accomplished, he felt an emptiness inside. It wasn't until he paused and reflected that he realized the truth. Peace had been within him all along. The key? Changing his first thought of the day. This man began each morning with a simple affirmation: I am enough. With time, this practice reshaped his perspective. He stopped seeking validation from external sources and started finding fulfillment in the present moment. His mornings became a sacred time for self-renewal, and his life transformed as a result. Let this story serve as a reminder. Your first thought each morning holds incredible power. Choose one that uplifts and empowers you. Now that you've explored the elements of a transformative morning routine, it's time to put them into practice. Start small, perhaps by adding just one new habit to your mornings. Over time, these small changes will accumulate, creating a ripple effect that impacts every aspect of your life. Here's a suggested framework to kickstart your new morning routine. 1. Acknowledge the present. Spend 1 minute in silence, focusing on your breath. 2. Gratitude practice. Write down 3 things you're thankful for. 3. Mindful movement. Stretch or take a short walk to wake up your body. 4. Positive affirmation. Repeat a phrase that inspires you, such as, today is a gift, or I am capable of amazing things. 5. Set intentions. Reflect on what you want to accomplish and how you want to feel throughout the day. Transforming your mornings isn't about rigid schedules or lofty goals. It's about aligning your daily start with the person you aspire to be. Each day is an opportunity to grow, learn, and connect more deeply with yourself and the world around you. By embracing the principles of presence, gratitude, and mindfulness, you can create mornings that inspire and empower you. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, we invite you to join our community by liking, sharing, and subscribing to Buddhist Mindfulness. Together, let's embark on a journey toward a more mindful and meaningful life. Remember, the first step toward change is often as simple as choosing a new thought to begin your day. Let's make every morning a fresh start, filled with purpose and peace.